Yes, Oleksandr Usyk. They're introducing the combatants.
And Daniel Bruwer.
Yeah. And the adverts. Look at these Russian adverts here. EJ Boxing Live here with Boxing Beats and Rhymes.
Yeah.
Breaking, watching the Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Bruwer fight.
Yeah. This is on the request of Mr. James Ali Bashir.
Live in Latvia, in the Ukraine.
Okay, it's in the Ukraine, yeah?
Yeah. And this guy from Daniel Bruwer, they introduced him now from South Africa. I see Nick Durant. Remember Nick Durant used to coach Philip Ndu?
What, South African?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Daniel Bruwer. Yeah.
Daniel Bruwer. He's, he looks like he's got a bit of a punch, man. 21 stoppages and 24 wins, but he's lost 6 times. So, you know.
Yeah. And this Alexander's 5th fight. He's won all 4 fights by knockout.
So what belt is this for?
The interim WBO Inter-Continental cruiserweight championship.
It's a bit of a mouthful, but
but you see, look, there's our man Alex Bashir.
Enough titles. You know, Daniel Bruwer.
Oleksandr Usyk. There's Mr. Bashir. So, me and Beats, this is the first time we're watching. it. Live in Latvia, in the Ukraine. Oleksandr Usyk just been introduced. Me and Boxing Beats around. We're gonna break down this fight, do some good commentary.
This guy here I'm looking at in the t-shirt there. No, that was Alexander, yeah.
Yeah, Alexander's took the t-shirt.
Alright, and the guy in the white robe, that's Daniel. No, that's Usyk there in the white robe.
Usyk's in the white robe.
Что ж, накаленная атмосфера на арене Львов. Все ждут с нетерпением начала поединка.
This should be a good fight, man. A good explosive fight. Usyk is gonna look. They're looking to push him real fast, and it's challenging the cruiserweights against Marco Hook and all these other guys. All right, round 1.
I'm looking at the body language, yeah. Like Bruwer has got nothing to lose, really, has he?
Nah. Well, yeah. The thing is, he's got them African. Remember them South African trunks Philip Ndu used to wear them kind of, and Cassius Floyd. That's their trend. Them tassels. Oh, he's gone down. What happened there? There's a slip.
Okay, it seems like you're a bit ahead of me.
Because when I said 1, I think you pressed second late, Beats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on like, I think you're second. You might have to come like 3 seconds up, innit? I'm like 1:55.6. I'm like. As also goes to the body. She could go to the body.
Спорту, якому українців, можливо, найбільше досягнень в останніх.
After round 1, Beach, yeah?
Okay.
When we get to round 1, like, let me know, I'll stop it and then I'll stop it so you know. Alright?
Okay, the southpaw, yeah?
Yeah, he's a southpaw. Let's go southpaw. Go to the body.
No, it was a slip. I think it was a slip.
Pardon?
It was a slip.
There's a slip, yeah. The referee ruled it as a slip. Yeah.
Це Львів, це не Африка, але все-таки він розігрівся непогано.
So Usyk still pumping that jab.
Yeah.
He won. Go on.
Awkward style. Style is awkward.
Yeah.
Сомнений нету, что Александра Усика, несмотря на отсутствие такого опыта,
kind of like cruiserweight poolers.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's exactly what I was thinking. The same thing I was thinking when I saw it.
Обязан тут по очкам.
Good jab. Good jab.
А многие все-таки
He doesn't look like a puncher though.
Главная интрига это.
But he's not setting his feet to punch.
So, перевести его во вторую половину.
He won heavyweight gold in London, boy. He's a gold medalist from the Olympics in London.
Yeah.
He won the European amateurs in 2008. European boxing, light heavyweight, and yeah, man, he's a gold medalist. Then he's well accomplished in the amateurs, and they feel like saying he's ready for the big time. He's 27 years old, and Mr. Bashir feels like they're ready to fast track him because he's so good. He's looking so good. And you can see right now he's outclassing the opponent.
He's too quick, man. He's too quick, too much athleticism, footwork too good. Plus the southpaw stance, which makes him very awkward to tag.
As you can see, Brewer's finding it hard to even land a punch right now. Usyk's got good movement. He's, as you see, circle to the left, circle to the right. Pops the jab well. Uses his feet very well. For a cruiserweight, he's quite agile. So that's round one. That's round one.
Yeah.
At the minute, we've got advert for the Usyk fight. Alright, we're back to the fight in Latvia, in the Ukraine. Vitaly Klitschko is around as well. He's doing commentary right now. There's Nick Duran talking to Daniel Bruwer.
Yeah.
Giving him instructions, putting Vaseline on his face.
He was in Ruttman's corner as well, wasn't he?
Ruttman, he was in. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And also, yeah, he was in. Yeah, he was in Ruttman's corner as well, isn't it? When he was in South Africa, and the upset against Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad played in the Premiership actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There he is. Yeah, I told you.
Vitaly.
Yeah, Vitaly Klitschko, he's there. He's doing a bit of commentary there for them. So we're live in Latvia, in the Ukraine, and he's watching the Olympic champion at the heavyweight, and this is but he's fighting at cruiserweight, so he's obviously come down. And Usyk, Beast, how did you score the first round?
10-9 to Usyk.
Yeah,
10-9 to
Usyk. I got Usyk. That's a Usyk round to me as well. So we're in round two, and Usyk still. Oh, good body shit by Usyk. Look that, Brewer off balance.
Yeah, well, he looked like he's more off balance though.
He looked more balanced though, but still the punch landed.
The punch landed.
Brewer needs to do a bit more. He got his hands a bit low, Brewer. That left hand of
Brewer's looking for one big punch, man.
Brewer's hands low, and Usyk's exploiting all Brewer's deficiencies with his hands low. He's look at that. Perfect. Hey, right now, Mr. Usyk is doing well, man, with the jab. He's doing right. The opponents. This is a step up of opponent as well. So
yeah. And I think he's a bit wary of the, because he's obviously got a bit of a punch, bro, because, 21 and 24, it doesn't matter who it's against,
nice.
They're stopping.
You see how he worked that jab off the head of the body? Yeah, he is. Nice left hand. Oi, he's going against the ropes and he's pumping in the left hand. The south was pumping up.
Good hands.
You can see Usyk here, he has the amateur, but you can see how he's transitioned to the pro game. And
everything's behind the jab. Everything's behind the jab.
You see that left hand land beautifully there. Alright, Beast, you see what I'm saying? You see, I love a guy who can pump the jab to the body. You see how he works the jab to the body?
Yeah, he's done it in the first. He jabbed to the head and body.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Work a guy out. That's what guys need to do when they come. That's what you see. He's been well schooled in the fundamental. You see, Mr. Bashir is training him very well. So he's been trained very well, Oleksandr Usyk, man. Look at that. Defense is good. It's not.
Yeah, keeps his hands up.
In fact, Beach, do you remember in this round, has he been hit? I haven't seen him hit in this round, have you?
No, not clean.
I see Brewer eating.
Yeah, Brewer's balance is really bad.
Yeah.
That's why he's the first to commit, because he knows as soon as he throws. Oh, nice left through the gloves, man, by Usyk. Good shot, straight left.
Brewer's he's gonna have to come in another game plan. Right now, boy, Usyk is.
Something wrong with his feet, man. Something wrong with his feet.
I think it's Usyk putting him off balance, Beats.
That's what it is.
Making him have to move. Yeah, he can't exactly. That's what he wants. He wants someone in front of him. Usyk, the movement's making him off balance. That's why he's looking like that.
Yeah, very good movement. Oh, he's punching him up there, man.
Daniel, he keeps pumping it out, man.
That's what I'm saying. You see here, he could be really he shouldn't have even really let him get off the ropes there. And that's maybe what one criticism could be.
Yeah.
Because the guy's legs are sharp. The guy, I mean, it's not this shot. He can't set to hit the guy. He can't get set.
Yeah.
He's off balance, falling over his feet. That's why he looks so bad when the body shot hit him, man.
Yeah. I mean, look, Daniel's only been knocked out once in his fight previously before this.
Yeah.
He's only been stopped previously once, so he's definitely coming into this fight. There's Mr. Bashir.
Oh, he's definitely already.
Олександра Усика, ну тут такі профілактичні заходи, я б назвав їх так.
There's 2 rounds down.
See, Ali Bashir is telling him,
oh, hey, it was a good body shot, you know.
I told you, that's what I said, it's a body shot. And look at that, see the left hand, jerking his head. Brewer's head must be made of cement or something, because he's eating it.
Yeah, that guy's tough, man.
I mean, Ali Bashir, Mr. Bashir said we're gonna grade the fight after, so we give him a grade.
Okay. But to me, he's a good boxer. He's a good boxer.
I'm impressed right now. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I tell you what, man. Let's compare him slightly to get against Marco Hook and Johnny Nelson and all the rest of the cruiserweight. Juan Hernandez, brother. I tell you what, mate. Right now, he can compete with them guys there, you know. But he's still, you know, remember, he's still getting better.
If I was Johnny Nelson, I wouldn't go nowhere near him.
Well, Johnny Nelson just won one fight, but Marco Hook, talk about Marco Hook and Dennis, he could take Dennis Levy right now, man. Dennis Levy's for the taking, bro. After what Guillermo Jones has done for him, I think he's ready to be taken. Because the boxing skills of Usyk.
His footwork gives him a chance. His footwork gives him a chance. Nice jabbing down to the body.
Look at Usyk, just looking smooth out there. And you see most guys don't move as well as the guy's moving.
Yeah, he's very good move.
He's not getting punched, he's not getting hit. And you see most, look at that. Everything's landing on the target. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's pumping it out. Steady Eddie with the jab, man.
And he keeps his hands up high. And not only that, he still moves his head as well. Even though he's got his gloves up, he's still moving his head.
There's no target. There's no target.
Yeah, no target there. You know, a lot of guys. Oh, uppercut, right uppercut.
Yeah.
Good shot, man. Hey, he's quite good, man. No, he's more than good. He's good. He's good.
The cruiserweight division. Good. And that's your division as well, Beast. That's your division. This guy looks like, this guy definitely looks like a prospect and a future world champion. From what
yeah. There's no reason why he can't.
Look at the combination here. He's going back. He's back. Bureau back to the rope. Usyk is sensing it, shaking it. Usyk is sensing it. And Brewer's coming forward. He's got guts and that, but he's taking some shots, man. He's taking some shots here. He tries to hospital hook.
He's not experienced as well, man. He's had how much 30 fights?
The thing is, yeah, Beach. The thing is, he's had a lot. But the thing is, yeah, Beach, you can't do nothing when someone is moving like this. Same problem people have with Ali. Same problem back in the days. You can't hit. Like the guy's had like 24 fights. 24 fights and he's won like 21 by knockout. So this guy hits hard.
Yeah.
No?
He hits hard, man.
Yeah.
He hits hard.
I mean,
and he's tough. He's strong. You know, he's strong.
Look at the young Olympians doing to him.
Yeah, outclassing it.
And you can see, look, this is the main event, yeah, right? In Lviv, in Ukraine. And look, it's a stadium fight. So they know, bro, this guy is something special. I'm sure you got Vitaly Klitschko there, out there. They know this guy is something special, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Usyk, see them? Usyk, innit?
I'm just looking at him on the rope, see what he's doing, and then he's punching back.
And you know what, Beats? Let's get it right, yeah? How many cruiserweights you see throw that many punches, Beats?
No, not many. Not many. Not many.
Look at that, look at the movement. The guy's moving like a middleweight, man.
Yeah.
Oh! He had a big left hand right there at the end of the bell.
Yeah.
Alright.
The guy's a little body shot though.
A complete shot. That's other than that, I can't even remember. It's a complete shot. It's a
definitely 3 rounds down. Very good boxing.
Yeah.
No complaints from me. No complaints from me.
It's a complete shot. Look at him. Keep popping the jab.
Oh,
look at the uppercut. Oh, the uppercut. He's an uppercut. He's an uppercut.
Yeah.
He said he blinded him with the jab. Look at that.
Yeah.
He blinded him. Look, he blinded him with the right hand. He blinded him with the right hand, and then
what's good about it as well? He's throwing them as he's moving backwards.
Yeah. Look at that. Look. See, he blinds him with the jab, and look, the left hand comes.
Right.
The thing is, the jab, yeah, he's putting it on him.
He's good, man. See, because he's walking people onto punches in his 5th fight, so that shows he's advanced already. You know.
The thing is, yeah, like his jab is not like a peppering jab. It's solid as well. It's hurting. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He can throw it 2 different. We can throw it hard, and he can just flick it.
Yeah, but you see, he uses it, yeah, to look soft. Look, the jab is hurt. Look.
Yeah.
Look at that. That jab is active, man.
Yeah, accurate, fast.
He's not taking no damage as well. He's just all putting it on him.
Yeah. No damage at all. That's the defense is really nice.
I got round 4 and I got a shot out already. I haven't gave 1 round. Look at that. He even faint. Look at that feint right there.
What's it scheduled for? 10?
And that's a 12, this is a 12 round fight.
Nice, 10.
Is it a 10 round fight?
Yeah, it's scheduled for 10.
Okay then. I think for that title, for the Intercontinental title, I guess so. Right? It makes sense. I think it makes sense though, because this is his 5th fight, so you can't be doing 12 rounds in a 5th fight. Now he's scheduled for 12 round beats.
Okay, it says 10 on the thing though.
Nah, I've got it here. It's a 12 round fight. I'm on box rate. It's a 12 round fight.
Будемо сподіватися, що цей контроль він не втратить.
He's pumping that jab out,
Чего
man.
нельзя делать, это
Look
останавливать.
at that. Goes to the body.
Те, кто...
The guy's just looking for one big shot. And the guy's conserving a lot of strength, man. And like, even though he got hit with a lot of them punches.
He's letting him work a bit. Now he looks like he answers back. You say answers back. He's calling him on now. It's not. This may be not good. This is where Bruwer wants. He had 2 left hooks.
Opening him up, man. He's just leaving himself open when he comes in like that.
That right hand, that right hand is prevalent all over him. He's working it all over him. I tell you what, he's getting a bit more flat-footed. That suits more Bruwer.
His opponent needs to jab more and throw more to the body, man, instead of just walking straight in.
He's being completely outclassed, man. Oh, look at that. Look at that, beautiful. Look at that. Look how he evaded the shots. Look at that jab to the head. Look at that. He keeps working the right hand.
Jab.
Working it.
Nice left. He's quick as well, man. He's really quick for a cruiserweight limit there.
He's having fun right now.
His opponent's gassing, boy.
It looks like, it looks like he's working the punching bag right here, or the speed bag.
Yeah.
Look at that. A complete domination. We can go to that. The referee's complaining a bit low there. The touch gloves. Nice shot to the body, man.
Немного работы для рефери пока что.
Yeah, boy.
That's too slow, man. It's just too slow on his feet, man. Yeah, it's too slow. He's a punch bag, too.
Well, Usyk is making him look that way. Making him look that way. He's completely.
Yeah, he's making him like a plodder, man.
Yeah, and you can see why Mr. Bashir was saying they need to fast track him, because this ain't even competitive.
I'm gonna show you when I'm fast tracking too much.
But look at that, man. But look what he's doing to this guy. Look what that guy. How many fights that guy's had a knockout with him? And look what he's doing to him. Well, Vitaly looks like he's enjoying it.
Oh yeah. Good performance, man. Good performance.
Well, you know what, Vitaly, he doesn't really show anything, you know, actually. He's always got his game face on, you know, he's always got his game face on for Vitaly. He never really shows nothing, man.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Punch. Yeah. Right,
look at this slow-mo. See the right hand, sets him up.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And see that? Punched him, ducked him at the same Pacquiao style.
You see where he moved his glove away and then hit him with the hook?
Yeah. Pacquiao style, isn't it?
Yeah, is that, yeah. Hey, Mr. Bishop.
Pacquiao done against Hatton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember Pacquiao Hatton was saying, yeah, see, he does it all the time. Punch and duck. He still caught him with the same combination.
Look at that. We're in live in Latvia, in the Ukraine, in a stadium fight. In his 5th fight. Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Bruwer for the WBO.
Is he that popular, yeah?
Well, listen.
He's not headlining, is he? Is he headlining?
This is the main event.
Wow.
I'm trying to tell you, so they know this. What I'm saying. You don't have like the former heavyweight champion of the world and a stadium fight in the Ukraine. This guy's listen. They've come out. Look at it. Look at that. I mean, it's not sold out. But you know, but you can understand why. You can imagine it's a world title. The whole place would be sold out, right?
Yeah.
But what a base is. Even in England, you don't have fighters having their fight. One of their 5th. This is his 5th fight in a stadium. Look at that, and the fans. Look at the fans. They loved it. But you remember, this is not a normal fight. He's won the Olympic gold medalist heavyweight. He's a medalist, Olympic champion, gold medalist. Oh, look at that combination. Wow.
My guy's smiling, boy. He's taking them shots, boy.
Yeah. But I think he's taking.
But he's not catching the chin, you know. Like, you see, the guy's clever enough not to get lace up on the chin too much.
I think
his eyes cruising up though.
But you know what he's doing, Beast? He's slowly beating him up. Like, you can't be. You can't be taking that sort of punishment.
He's chipping away at him, man.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And I think that's what you need to do when you fight opponent anyway. Ali used to do the same thing. You know this?
Yeah, that's what you should do. You should just break them down systematically.
Yeah.
You know?
Slowly keep working them down.
Yeah.
Break him down, break him down. The opponent, look at that. Faints, and he's still active. He's in shape. He's not fleshy around the waist. He's not fleshy around the waist like Ricky Burns the other day.
Oh man.
Look at that, look at the little movement. He might do a Usyk shuffle here coming up there. Look at that, he's got the shoulder. Look at that. Look at him, Philly shell. Oh, big one.
I feel it up now.
He got the Philly shell guy. Look at that. Right hand hook. He's got Usyk's got all the moves.
He's got it all. He's got a little bit there.
I tell you what, man. For the heavyweight, for the cruiserweight division, there's no one like this guy.
If he can take a good shot, he's gonna be formidable.
Like, what cruiserweight in history have you seen who fights like Usyk in the cruiserweight division? Who fights similar to this? Because I know you know all the cruiserweights, all the champions.
I ain't seen much of Slick.
David Hay has movement, but not like Usyk though, innit? And you,
Hey, pot shot, innit?
Yeah, he never threw as many punches as this.
He didn't throw nowhere near as this.
I tell you what, his output matches Guillermo Jones though.
Yeah.
His output matches Guillermo Jones, because Guillermo Jones throws loads of punches like this.
Yeah, well, him and Jones would be a war, boy.
Oh, that's not a good fight for Usyk right now, man. But right now, I tell you what, I like him against Hook and some of the other guys though. I like him Hook, but I definitely like him against Thingy, bro. And Roy Jeezy's still there as well, bitch.
No, I don't think he'd be a good fight for Roy.
He'd be a little chess match, no? You don't think? Usyk ate a first punch there, ate a right handers there, answers back though, comes out the rope, spins out, and that's the end of round 4.
He took it well though. He took it well. He didn't have no problem taking that.
No. Yeah, Roy Jeezy's there. Alright, what about OLA AFOLABI beats? How you see that one?
Oh, that's a nice one.
I think he could do. I think with the movement, Ola will have to chase him around, innit?
Yeah, he would. See, that would be the game plan. Box Ola, try and chip away at him.
Look at the combination. Isn't it like a 5-point combination? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's nice, you know. He's nice.
8 punch. Look at this.
That jab straight for the glove.
Look at that.
And that's good, man. Even when he attacks, he's elusive. He's still elusive when the counters come back.
Well, listen, you know what? That reach advantage helps out as well. I think he's got a reach advantage over his opponent. He's definitely got a speed and foot movement advantage as well.
Yeah. Well, James looks like he's happy with it, man.
Uppercut to the body now. Sticking the uppercut to the body. What? What round we in now?
We're in about 6 now, isn't it? We're in 6.
Probably. I'm sure they just said it. It hasn't come up with the scorecard. There we go. Coming up. Round 6. Round 6. In Latvia and the Ukraine for the WBO Inter-Continental Cruiserweight Championship. This is vacant. So whoever wins this battle will be online on course to fight Marco Hook, who's the WBO Cruiserweight Champion, who's just left the Saraland brothers, who's a free agent right now. So they're actually thinking about that Johnny Nelson fight actually coming up.
It looks like it's going to happen, man.
Well, that'd be a good fight. Like, I'd like to see that fight. But this is right now we're going to focus on Usyk, who's the young prodigy contender, making his way through.
For some reason, I didn't expect him to be like this. When I expected him to be
laborious, isn't it? The slow-footed.
Yeah, he's gonna come in on his front foot and try and bang. Like, I think he could beat Berbetiev.
He could beat who?
He can beat Berbetiev.
Who's Berbetiev? Oh, that's the Beaver guy.
He's Cloud. Yeah. I've got him beat Cloud.
Yeah. The thing is, them guys who talk about that guy because they see the knockout of a Cloud, they think, oh, a full world champion. All right, let's put it in perspective. What do you think Usyk would have did to Cloud? It would have beat him. It would have beat him up for enough rounds.
He might not do it as in the same way my guy did.
It would beat him. It would break him down. It would just break him down slowly, round by round.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Usyk, he does it, but he's not taking punishment. You know what I'm saying?
He's not taking no.
Look at the movement, man. Like, this is how boxing's supposed to be. Boxing, if anyone watching fight fans, is hit and not be hit. Hit and not be hit. No, hit and not be hit. That's what boxing's about. The sweet science of the sport. You know, he's look at that.
Blocking and countering, man.
Brewer's starting to move. Hey, Biggs, you know, Brewer's starting to move around now. You know, Brewer started to show some movement himself, you know?
Yeah, Brewer moving himself now, getting his feet ready, working. Should have been doing this from earlier.
Man, you know what? If he wasn't doing it from earlier, then he's doing it because he's struggling. Now he's just eating shot because he's trying to work out styles.
Yeah.
That means that's not normally his style. But
4 punch, 7-6 punch combination, man. He's nice, man.
The thing about the cruiserweight in the cruiserweight division, they don't usually throw that many combinations. Look at the like how many punches? How many punches was his output? I'd like to know his output per round.
I think he would have gave Holyfield trouble, man.
But I'll tell you what, like a young Holyfield, yeah, it would have been interesting. But right now, I wouldn't go that far.
But at this stage here, I'm talking if he gets developed, just with his, because Holyfield didn't fight much guys who move like this. He didn't. Not Cruiser, he did. There wasn't many.
You're right. I give you that. But I'm more talking about the power there, like. But Usyk.
Oh, the power. That's a different story. Like, Evander land on you at Cruiser.
Yeah, because Usyk ain't being touched. You get me?
Yeah, he ain't getting touched.
When you fight Evander Holyfield, you probably get touched. You get me? But you know what?
Yeah.
A David Hay would have been. What about him versus a Carl Thompson or something like that? That'd be interesting.
Whoa. See, he'd outbox Thompson.
Yeah.
But he'd have to watch out for the counters, man.
But Thompson is dangerous like all 12 rounds of the fight. This is what I'm saying to you. But Usyk, I tell you what, let's take the current crop of champions. I like him. I like him against Hernandez. I definitely like him against I like him against Lviv, and I like him against Hook. Hook will be running him down.
Yeah. He beat Hook.
I think he'd beat Hook.
Yeah,
and then Christoph as well. Christoph. Well, he's another one. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
he's from Poland. He's from Poland. That'd be a big fight. Look at this. Look at the fans in Latvia.
It's a good crowd, man. It's a good crowd.
You can see it's cold out there in the stadium. They've come out. They don't care about the wind. They've got their coats on. Man, they've come out and they've come out to support the Olympic champion, the Olympic heavyweight champion, Oleksandr Usyk. The 2012.
He's moving his upper body more now. Got his opponent.
He's doing that because he's forced to, because he can't hit nothing. But that ain't normally who he is. He wants to stand in front of you, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
Big left.
Yeah, straight left, man.
The right is consistent.
You see, his opponent was ducking, keeping low, but he couldn't keep the discipline. As soon as he came upright, got popped.
The jab
got popped straight away, man.
Probing that jab around the man's body, midsection and head, and then here comes the big left hand. His opponent needs to stay low. Get low, bro. Get low. Get beneath the shots, man. I think he's looking to stop this fight right now, because I think right now, Usyk, have you seen Usyk? He's slowed down the movement. I think he's trying to generate more power now in the shots. Now I think he wants to take him out, get him out of there.
No, that guy's too tough, man. Just box him. He's too tough, man. Tough head, man. Just box him. Just box him for the remainder. You know, that's what you've done so far. It's worked. You know what I mean? I don't see the point trying to close the shot. That's what that guy's waiting for. You know what I mean?
But you can see it already, but you cannot.
Give up your movement and then he'll pop you one. You know what I mean?
Right now, you can see already that the opponent's slowing right down, and I think Usyk's looking in for the kill right here. Because he's right now, the opponent's slowing down, he's not letting nothing. He's completely been outschooled. He hasn't got around. Desperation.
No, he hasn't gone around. He hasn't come close.
And he's eating shots consistently. And then Usyk is putting a bit more power into each punch now. And the movement is, look at that. He's flitting around. Look at that.
He hasn't won 5 seconds of one round yet.
Nothing. He's just there. He's following him. He's following him. But when he tries to flex for a punch, Usyk's out of there.
Yeah.
Brewer needs to do something more than this. And they come away from South Africa.
Man. Good defense.
And the crowd sense it as well. The quietness in the crowd. What Usyk's doing to the opponent, man.
Yeah.
Look at that combination.
Oh, look at that, man. And on the back foot, you know, he's throwing them shots.
That left hand shook his head up, but that left hand just jerked his head up. See,
look at the jab, man. This guy's nice, man. He's nice. He's good.
Brewer's following him around like a mummy, man. He's just following him around and Usyk just beating. Look at it, he's trying to even call him one. He's frustrated. And
Usyk to be one of the cruiserweights, you know.
He's trying to call him on. So stop talking.
He might go down as one of the best cruiserweights when his career's finished, you know, if he stays there long enough. He's good, man.
I can't see him. And that is a given. Oh! was yapping as well. And that's it, man. And that's it. Nah, that's it. Nah, that's it. Nah, he was yapping. Nah, he wants to continue. Nah, bro. Nah. He got completely, schooled. You know, he got caught there. He was talking as well. Like, look, Nick Duran is complaining. But I tell you what, mate. And this is Usyk. He's the real look. But something this goes happily.
Applause for me.
I can see it. He was yapping. He got completely schooled.
That's what you call a total fighter. He's a total boxer. 100%, but he can do everything, man. He can do everything in there. You know? But although the opponent might have been a bit wanting, you know, he couldn't, like a Machuno, him and Machuno would be like sick, man.
I said that as well, you know, but I think they're going to stay away from him because the Tuna...
Yeah, they're going to stay away from him, man. They make him look bad.
Tuna make most people look bad. Look at this, look at this. So we're going in the slow-mo right now. So he's coming in.
Oh!
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, he walked into it. And that's, you see what I was saying about the mechanics of it, keeping his hand down?
See? That's why, you mean, his chin's just too high. He's upright, walked in with no jab. He needed to get low, man.
No, but you see what thing is?
Get underneath the shots, bro.
Brewer had his hands down most of the fight.
Look at that, his hands were so low.
Yeah, his hands were down most of the fight, but that's how he started the fight. He started the fight how he ended it. Brewer came in the fight with all these technical mistakes that Brewer does. Look at that. Usyk, look at that. And Usyk's hands are up. Look at that. He lands the big.
Short as well. See, that's what it was. It was short.
Look at that.
But even though he swing, he didn't like swing from round the sides. It was short. It was a compact hook, man. Compact hook. Put him away. Face first to the canvas.
Landed straight on the chin. Alright, so that's me and Boxing Beats and Rhymes watching Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Bruwer. It was a great fight. And yeah, man, Beats, what's your take on him though? What's your take on that performance, right? How do you grade it?
I'm going to give it, well, I'm going to have to take the opponent into consideration. I'm going to give him 8 out of 10.
I'm going to do it in letters though. I'm going to do it like, I'm going to give him a B plus, man. I'm going to give him a B plus. B plus right there. That get me. That was good, man. That was good. I was impressed. Well, Mr. Bashir, me and Boxing Beats and Rhymes, that's our commentary on the fight, and that's how we grade it. So we're going to catch you folk fans on another one. Alright, thanks for coming over. Peace.
Okay, I gave him an 8 out of 10. I gave him an 8 out of 10. He didn't try and rush out there and get rid of the guy in 2 seconds. Look, the guy had 21 stoppages in 24 wins. Yeah, that means he can hit. He nullified the guy's power. The power was never a factor. His face wasn't marked up. He didn't take no unnecessary shots. He threw a lot of punches as well for a cruiserweight. His fitness was excellent. His defense was good. I really rate this guy. I felt, you know something? When he was talking about him, I said, yeah, everyone's got a prospect, you know what I mean? But yeah, this guy was good. He was better than Berbertiev, who everyone's been talking about, in my opinion. I was more impressed with that than Berbertiev. This guy is a good fighter. Very good fighter. Yeah. Very good.
Oh, okay, I just wanted y'all to see you. And your EJ, what you got?
Yeah, I was very impressed. You know me, I'm all about getting hit, and I'm all about hit and not get hit. And the movement and the combinations, yeah, on the opponent. He frustrated the guy. The guy had no respect. The mechanics of Usyk with his hands up and the jab, mine with Ali and all them guys who movement. Like for cruiserweight, I've never seen a guy throw that many punches as a cruiserweight. He throws a lot of punches for cruiserweight. And I was thinking about some of the other champions like a Dennis Leverbed and a Marco Hook. And right now he beats them. He beats them right now. I grade him. I don't really grade like right now. I gave it like a B plus. Like for A, it'd have to be like when he's facing the champion. So for me, a B plus. That's very high for me because he's in his 5th fight. And he's going against a guy who, like Pete said, who hits hard, and he never took no damage in the fight, and he was completely putting on a boxing display. And you can see the crowd in the Ukraine in a stadium fight. I was saying they know they've got a gem in there, Olympic heavyweight champion fighting at the cruiserweight. For me, a B plus, and I was very impressed.
Yep. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate him?
On a 1 to 10, I'd probably rate him like an 8.
I rated him a 9.
Okay.
You know, so 8 is not bad. I gave him a 9. You know, because since I've been training him, that was the best I had ever seen him. I was so pleased. Every round was more increased enthusiasm from me. I was in the corner and I had slipped into a fan mode, you know.
Yeah.
I had to pinch myself and say, whoa, 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 you're the trainer, you gotta stay, you know, focused on training. But I was in the corner, I was being dazzled by his foot movement and his ability. Did you see the punches that he slipped?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
It was something. The
guy was throwing punches. The guy was throwing quick counter punches, and he was slipping those punches right there while he was landing punches. And I was so impressed. I said, "Wow, this is the best that he has looked." And that was the most serious opponent that he had faced yet.
Yeah.
Can I say this for the people listening, right? This guy is just as advanced as the levels of someone like a Lomachenko, just as advanced. He's in that, it's that kind of level of ability we're talking. This is high level of skill.
Yeah.
Cruiserweight. Very high level.
You know? Cruiserweights, for me, I've never seen cruiserweight throw that many punches and the movement. He's trouble. He's a problem right now. Another reason I rate 8.
He's a problem.
Yeah, he's a problem. The only reason I rate 8 is like it's new. I want to get too thin core, but I agree with you, Mr. Bashir. If you a 9, you know what you're talking about. You know what you were saying in the corner was the right things as well, man. Keep moving.
Because I look for different things when I'm grading a fighter. I look for different things. There was some other fighters there in the audience, and they came up to me afterwards. I don't want to say any names, you know, but they came up to me and said, he did a little too much dancing, a little too much moving. And I thought to myself, you know, well, how do you please your critics? I mean, if I had told him to go out there and try to take this guy out early and maybe got head-butted, maybe got hit with a hard punch and got cut, you know, that puts him out of business for 6 or 7 months. I said, so how do you please the people who criticize you? You be damned if you do and damned if you don't. I told him I saw right away with the young man that we was boxing, I saw right away that the young man had a problem with his legs or a combination of his legs in equilibrium.
Yeah.
So I thought right away, I saw it right away in the first minute of the first round that he was having a problem. And then I was further convinced that it was a problem with his legs. In the second and third round, he kept going off balance and stumbling, and he got hit with a body punch and got knocked down and didn't get credit for it because he got hit with a good body punch. Have you ever seen a cruiserweight go to the body as much as this guy does?
No. It was really good. It was, and like see the footwork thing. It's a laughable comment. If you're blessed with legs and you know your workouts are you use your legs to box. That's what you do. I mean, you don't have the legs and don't use them. It doesn't make sense at all. I don't understand that comment at all.
Doesn't make sense. So at first I was offended, but I said, nah, that's a person's opinion. I said, and furthermore, you cannot please everybody. I did what I thought was correct. I got a guy in front of me. The guy got no legs, so I simply told Usyk, okay, let's see what the guy does have in his legs. Let's see what he got in the tank. I said, just box him. Keep taking the guy in the southpaw circle and box him. Let's see what he brings to the table. And as it turned out, he couldn't find a way to bring nothing to the table. So he got frustrated.
He couldn't get set to throw no decent punch. Look, you can go through people can say, yeah, he knocked out 21 stiffs. No, he knocked out 21 people, right? Out of 24 wins. That's a high KO percentage, yeah? And he could, so let alone knock out Usyk, he couldn't even land a clean shot. He couldn't land a clean shot. I think he landed one good body shot somewhere and one good headshot somewhere. But yeah. he couldn't do nothing with him. Couldn't do nothing with him. That's boxing, man. It's good boxing to me.
He couldn't do a single thing with him. We was in superb shape. We did the math. You know, we did 6 weeks of hard training. I think the most dangerous thing with a young fighter like Usyk and Lomachenko is when people start reading them their own press clips. You know, they start listening to people outside of boxing or listening to people that are close to their family and friends saying you're great and you're this and that, as long as this young man keeps a level head, I think that he can go further into the division and possibly beat all of the champions that's there right now.
Yes.
I'm anxious to put him in, you know. This kid's got nearly 300 amateur fights. So I don't want to hang around a long time, you know, just fighting just everybody who's who of the division. I want to fight the top guys right now. I think, you know, there's a time when you got to let boxers box. I think there's such a thing of holding a guy back too long and you miss your stop with him. And when you let him loose, it's too late. You know, and you don't get the best out of him then. Right now, this kid is feeling himself, and he's looking good doing it, you know. And he's so level-headed. You see how focused he was in that corner?
Yep.
He made eye contact with me. He didn't miss it. The thing about it, he doesn't speak English good, but he understands it.
Yeah.
He comprehends. He understands English well. He understands it. And he understands English language. He can read it, you know. He just can't express it in words as well. But I communicate with my eyes, and it's a certain communication that we have. And when we face off, we know that we both understand. I'll look at him and I'll make a note. He said, yeah, I understand. You know, let's go out there and do it. And he boxes guy. That guy, Daniel Bruwer, is a good C+ fighter. He's not a great guy, but he's not a punk either. The kid comes to fight. He's sturdy. He's sturdy, and he'll stand up. If you go to YouTube and look at his prior fights, you'll see that he's the kind of guy that comes to fight. He doesn't come to lay down. So we were very respectful of him going into our training tenure, you know. And as it turned out, that was the best I had ever seen Usyk. I told him before I got on the plane at the airport. I told him I was extremely happy, you know, about his.
I wanted to ask you, have you had to change a lot about Usyk since you've had him from an amateur to pro? Have you had to change a lot?
Well, you know, like I said, you know, I'm trying to implement my thinking. I already know that Usyk is a puncher. All right, he can punch with either hand. People say, oh, it took him 7 rounds, but those punches were hurting that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. He was breaking the guy down mentally and breaking the guy down physically at the same time. Those punches, they may look like when you're not up in there, but when you get hit by those kind of punches, you know, I'm holding the mitts for this guy, and I'm saying, whoa, in my mind I'm saying, whoa, you know, I have to put a mouthpiece in because I don't want to get hit in the mouth without a mouthpiece with this guy. Sometimes they miss the mitts and, you know, they punch you in the mouth. Even Vladimir Klitschko's done that. I've worked the mitts with Vladimir, and sometimes the glove will slip off the mitts and it'll hurt you, you know.
You get hit by them guys there.
Yeah, I was saying exactly like we just done the commentary on the fight. And I was saying he was breaking him down gradually, and I could see in that round, I was saying to Beats, Usyk is starting to plant his foot. I think he's going for the stoppage. Like, and there it was, man. Like, and the thing is that the opponent had deficiency where his hands were down in the first fight. Like, when he throws his jab, he brings his hands down to his waist. Like, and you knew that was going to be time for Usyk to just land on him, man. You know?
Yeah. That was one of our observations in his prior fights. That was one of our observations. Most trainers and most boxers don't realize, you know, you're hitting a heavy bag or a straight bag. You have to box the bags the way you're going to box a human being.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's what they don't teach. The average trainer don't teach that. I'm very observant, and they don't teach that. You know, I implore the boxers I work with to keep your hands up. Make them stay up. Mentally, it's a mental thing, you know? It's the mentality that makes the hands drop like that there. If you don't implore for that they keep their hands up, they won't do it, you know?
Yeah, I was impressed. Highly impressed.
I was very impressed.
So Mr. Bashir, moving on now. We've got past this. Where are we going now? Because you remind me of a young kind of Witherspoon that kind of guy you've got kind of here. Where are we going with him now? What opponents are you looking for on the card right now? Is he going to be out before Christmas?
Champion. We're going to bring him back. He's the WBO Intercontinental Champion. That puts him in the top 10.
Yeah, that's what I said to be. Yeah. For Marco Huck's title.
Yeah, we want the who's who. We want Huck.
Yeah, that's the one.
We want Huck this time next year. We want Marco Huck. Huck is a very sturdy fighter. He's a very good champion, and I feel that Huck is the best of the cruiserweight champions right now.
What about Dennis Leverby? That's easy. That's an easier fight to make though, because he's in Russia and Usyk's playing.
The WBO is most likely the place we're going to try to land our first title, because that's the guys that's supporting us.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to fight Huck, who I believe right now is the top cruiserweight in the world on paper. Anyway, he's the top guy to beat Marco Huck.
Yeah.
He's been there for a while, and he's a tough guy, and I feel that Usyk beats him.
Yeah,
you know,
I believe he beats you. I think how you see the strategy in that fight, like with that.
Let me get a charger for 1 minute, please.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Bashir.
Yeah, I feel that if this kid keeps a level head, and I believe that he will, I think that he can go a long way. With those kind of boxing skills that he displayed, I was just enthusiastic. I said, look at this young man box. And that made me salivate when I see a young man that boxed the way that he boxed the other night. That was beautiful. He wasn't over anxious. He wasn't trying to load up on every punch. He was placing his punches well. He was in, out, left, right, circle, pop jab, double jab, and he was countering. If you look at when this guy threw a right hand, Usyk was throwing his left hand right behind his right hand, and then throwing the right hook behind it. It was just amazing. I was enthusiastic about it. I'm ready to go against the best that's out there, you know.
So is that what you work? Is that what you work in the gym? Is that what you do in the gym with him? Yeah, you work. That's what you do with him in the gym.
Oh my God! Everything we did in the gym, he did in the fight.
Wow.
You have guys that excel in the gym, and when they get in the fight, for some reason they can't handle the pressure of the fight, and they let you down in the fight, you know, because they can't bring what they had in the gym to the fight itself. Because let's face it, it's a lot of ramifications that a boxer has to deal with. You got to deal with the crowd, you got to deal with the guy you're fighting, you got to deal with fatigue, you got to deal with getting hurt. So it's amazing when a guy can maintain focus and actually deliver on what he has done inside the gym. Usyk is not a gym fighter. He's not that kind of guy. He's the guy that brings the fight to the end. Muhammad Ali, believe it or not, was not a very good guy in a training camp. You know, he wasn't a good guy. Matthew Saad Muhammad wasn't a good guy in a training camp. Those guys weren't gym fighters. They brought their expertise to the fight itself, where it counted the most. You know.
Yeah, man. All right, so what you got? Are you going to bring him up before Christmas?
Oh yeah, we're going to go again. We're scheduled to go again between December 13th and December 20th.
What have you got? Do you know the opponents lined up, or you just get your fighter ready for that?
Well, like I said, we're the Intercontinental WBO champion, so we're looking for the best of the cruiserweights. I'm sure that that the WBO is going to ask them to fight their number 10 guy. I mean, the number 8 guy, number 5 guys. It's going to be somebody that's good.
Hey, so
my suggestion is not to go back, is to go forward now. You fought Daniel Bruwer, who was a good fighter. I'm looking to fight somebody better than Daniel Bruwer now.
So what are you saying about, I think OLA AFOLABI's in line to fight Marco again. So what do you think about an OLA AFOLABI fight?
Marco and Afolabi again, that'll be the 4th fight.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no, I'm talking about you, because I think OLA AFOLABI's in the WBO rankings. So what about possibly that fight? That's a
I would love that fight. I would love that fight right now.
Yeah, wow, that's sick. That's sick, bro.
I think that has the chemistry to make a really, really good fight.
Shit, man, that'd be crazy in his 6th fight. That'd be
That's
crazy.
a big jump. It's a big jump. It's a big jump.
I like that one. I like it though. I like it. Go on.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
This got, like I said, this kid's got 290 amateur fights. This kid has seen the who's who.
Yeah.
Remember, he's won the World Games. All right?
Yeah.
He's won the World Games, and he won the gold medal in the second Olympic try. So he's seen every style that was out there, you know?
Yeah.
I'm you know, people might say that I'm rushing him, but I'm only enthusiastic about what I see in him. Afolabi would be a great fight for him.
Yeah, I like that one.
You know, because you know, one thing about boxing, I understand people manipulating boxers or moving a boxer in a venue where they can keep them undefeated and win a world title. But does it really, in my mind, help the fighter? I don't think that helps the fighter. I think that I'd rather have a guy come to the dance. You know, preferably I'd like to keep him undefeated. But I'm not afraid to bring my guy to the dance with 1 or 2 losses, maybe even 3 losses. Because in those 2 or 3 losses, I know that I'm going to have an educated fighter. So no, I wouldn't shy away from the Afolabi fight. I wouldn't shy away from the Hernandez fight or Lebeda fight. I wouldn't shy away from those fights. If the promoter came to me and said, I got this guy, I say, get him. And give me 6 to 7 weeks and I'll bring this guy in the ring ready. This is what I do. This is my life. And I put my all to the boxing. And give me any style of fighter. I'll invest myself into Usyk for 6 to 7 weeks. And when I bring him to the ring, we'll come together and we'll have a remedy the way we did with Daniel Bruwer. We'll find a way to not only survive in the fight, but thrive in the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that we'll
exactly. He's got nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. Like, he can compete with any of them guys. Even like Gamillo Jones, although Jones is a big dude. He's a big dude, durable, but you know, he can box Jones. He can box Jones and maybe get some success. He's got nothing to fear.
Oh man, I repeat. Bring me Ola Afolabi. I know Ola. I've trained Ola. You know? I've trained him. I know he's a good fighter. I know he's a good sturdy fighter. I long for this kind of test. I long to see what I have in Usyk. Most of the time, most of the time, the trainers don't never find out what they got until you 25, 30 fights into their career, and then you find out you really don't have nothing. You know? I want to find out right now. I've got a guy that's got 5 professional fights, but he's got a very, very vast amateur career, and I believe in my heart and mind. And I'm not being overzealous, because that's why I told you guys about it. I told you guys before you even saw this guy, I said, this guy can fight. And he likes it. If you look at his eyes, he likes to fight.
You know what? When you see a stadium crowd come out for him, you know the people know he can fight. Because what I was saying to Bashir, it's like, right, how come there's a big stadium? Is he the main event? I goes, yeah. So they know, like, the people in Ukraine,
Did you see that stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Did you
know.
see that place?
Listen, bro. That's
He was the main event. He was the main event too.
Yeah, he was the main
event in his 5th professional fight. Did you see the stadium in his 5th professional fight?
That's crazy, man. That's what you know. But the people know. I see them in the cold. It was freezing there. I see them with their jackets on. I was like, damn. You know what? And it's not no world title. I was like, they know. They know. They know. You know. There's a gem. Everyone's talking about him right now. People in England, they're talking about Usyk. Yeah, I think everyone's talking about him right now. I think, you know, if you to fast track him to them guys right now, I think the boxing world will stand up and say, who's this guy over here? They will descend in the Ukraine. This guy is the real deal, man. It's the real deal.
Yeah. But what is
Anthony Joshua knows Usyk. They won the gold medals at the same time.
Yeah, I know. That's right. He's super middleweight. Yeah.
I still want to ask though. As talented as he is, what is the rush to fast track him in his 5th and 6th fight though?
I think the promoter and the fighter himself is coming to me, and he's coming to the promoter saying, I want to fight now. And I'm the kind of trainer, my belief is when a guy is coming to me saying, I want to fight, and I can beat these guys now, I'm the kind of trainer that say, hell yeah, you can beat them. Let's go get them. Let's go get them. I want to add fuel to the fire. Yeah. Because I think, I don't want to just tell a guy, let's go fight because they have desire, but he has the desire and the capabilities. So I'm saying, yes, let's put some fuel on the fire. Let's go get them now, right while they feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Because if the fighter don't feel like doing it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
This guy feels like, he said, man, he said, I can break the record of Evander Holyfield. He said, I can do that. Holyfield took the title in a tough 15 round against Dwight Muhammad Qawi. He said, I can take the title in 9, maybe 10 fights. I can take it. This time next year, I can take any one of the cruiserweight champions. He said, to be honest, I feel I can take the champions right now. This is what he tells me every day. I can take them now. I can take them. I know I can. So I don't want to spend a lot of energy and a lot of time trying to build the fighter down. I want to build the fighter up. If he feels like he can do it, who am I to say that they can't do it? So I'm saying, yeah, we can beat him. Let's go sit down and watch some films of him, get to know him like he's our next door neighbor, and then by the time we get to the fight, we'll be able to overcome what he's doing, you know?
Yeah.
He seems very mature as well, very mature. So
very mature, very disciplined, very focused, never a hiccup, you know, it's never a problem with him, you know. I like him, you know. I like him. I really like him. I like him because he's a very spiritual guy. You know, we were on the way to the city we were fighting. It was 5 hours away from Kiev. We had to take a 5-hour ride. First we was going to get a plane, but we couldn't get that. And so we had to drive there. And it was a 5-hour ride. And it was a pleasurable ride. For 5 hours we rode together. And he asked me, I think it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. He says, listen, I'd like to pull off the highway, and there's a church about an hour away from where we're going. I like to go in there and pray.
Yeah,
you know?
I see the cross around his check. I see the cross around his neck. So he's a Christian. He's a born again Christian, right? Was he Christian?
He's an Orthodox Christian, you know?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And we went to a huge, I had never seen a church that massive in my life. We went to some massive, huge church somewhere in the Ukraine. 11 o'clock at night. It was 11 o'clock at night, and it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it had to be 75, 80 people walking around the building. And we went into this place, and there's some part of the cathedral where it was built around some kind of a rock or something. They went in there and prayed and stuff. We went downstairs inside the church, and they fed us and stuff and sent us on our way, and it was a great experience, you know. He's a great experience. This young man's a great experience. I like him, you know. I mean, I embrace this. I embrace him. We communicate. You know, we communicate with each other so well. And he told me that I have replaced the father that he lost. You know, he said I'm like a father to him, so I appreciate that. It makes it easier. He has unyielding respect for me. And I like it. These are the things that you need to make a champion. Yeah, I told you, I got my foot on the gas. I got my foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. All I got to do is just take my foot on the brake and let this kid go. I'm telling you, you know.
Yeah. You're out, so we look forward to the fight in December, and then what are we saying? We saying like what? This time next year, challenging for a world title.
Oh yeah, I feel they got him on the fast track. The promotions, A2 promotions in the West, they got him on the fast track. Vitaly Klitschko was at the fight.
Yeah,
he was at the fight.
Yeah, he was I saw that.
Yeah, we saw Italy there. We saw Italy.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Good combination. Good culture. Good fighter. Olympic gold medalist. And
you see how composed he was in that corner.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, he looked like the opponent. You know, he wasn't overwhelmed by anything. He was so mature, like you guys said. And I looked at him. I said, I was just comparing him to all the champions right now, because you know, earlier on today I interviewed Nathan Cleverly's trainer, and I was saying, and Nathan Cleverly's trainer believes if he gets past Bellew, because he's in the cruiserweight as well, with the champions.
Cleverly or Bellew can't beat that guy there. No, but they can't get nowhere near that guy.
The trainer believes that right now he can beat some of the champions right now, but like the Usyk fight is a whole
different fighting that cruiserweight, right?
Pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's accused. Yeah, he's fighting Tony Bellew, right, coming up and coming fight, and I was talking to him about the champions Hawk, and he believes like Tony, he can beat all them guys right now. I said, yeah, I won't be surprised he could, but Usyk now is the type of guy that people don't want to fight because he's a problem.
Right.
He'd destroy Cleverly. He would destroy Cleverly.
I don't know.
No, he'd beat Cleverly up.
He'd beat Cleverly up. Cleverly take a beating.
He'd beat him up and stop him to start at 9 rounds.
He'd beat Cleverly and Baloo in one night. From what I saw there, he beat them both in the same night.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. He beat them both in the same night. I'm being serious. Yeah. I'm not even joking. I'm not just saying that because you're here. From what I don't think them guys are as good as that.
No, listen, I agree that listen, I'm just saying like these. I know Usyk's a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Usyk's a problem for anyone because they're in the cruiserweight limit. I was saying to Beach, what cruiserweight do you know who fights the way Usyk fight? And there's none. No one fights like that ever fight and throws that many punches. The amount of output he throws and lands, and it's accurate. And then he's not in position to be hit because the movement. And if he is trying to get, his hands are up. You're not getting a clean target, and he's got a long reach, and it hurts. The jab's not probing, it's hurting. The jab's hurting you, and he's rolled the jab up and down head and body.
One of the things that I was most impressed with in this fight here was how he alternated, how he changed from the combos up top and then switched and did good body punches and go back up top at the same breath. And that impressed me.
Yep, jab to the body was good. It was everything was good. Everything worked.
And now he's just touched, but you got to feel his punches. When you feel his punches, you say, well, these punches are these are pretty solid punches. You know?
Yeah, they are.
It looks easy to somebody outside the ring, but they got to feel the impact of those punches, and then they will know that this guy's really taking a good shot here. Like Daniel Bruwer was taking good punches, but you saw his face at the end.
I was saying to you, was grinding him down. I see Ali do that. Ali used to do that. He used to slowly grind it because I know you've been there in the Ali camps. I don't know, like as you train, you teach him to just grind. Did he learn that from the amateurs, or is that you, where you just teach him this grinding the guy down? Slowly breaking him down.
I told him, I think around the 4th or 5th round, I said, okay, let's settle down and start backing him up now. He's trying to take a blow. Yeah. So let's settle down and start backing him up.
I said that, I saw that, I was saying to the Beach, I can see him, Usyk can see him, he had less movement and looked like he was standing more. He was going for the knockout. When the knockout happened, he was looking for it. He was looking for it in that round, you know what I'm saying? I could see that.
Right, because the guy tried to goad him into a street fight.
Yes, because he was getting frustrated.
And I shouted, I shouted from the corner and said, no, go back to boxing. Because I told him to settle down the 5th round and start trying to back him up. But we came forward and I saw that Daniel threw some good punches that still had a lot of power on him. So I said, okay, all right, he's not ready yet. So let's go back to boxing. We'll come back and check on him around round 8 and find out what he's got then. Yeah. But we didn't make it to round 8. When he settled down the 5th, he came forward, started placing some punches. But I saw Daniel threw some pretty solid punches. Yeah. And I said, no, he's not ready yet. So let's go back to boxing, circle him, and we'll go back and check on him in 8 or 9 rounds. Yeah. We got a 12-round fight. We'll check on him in 8 or 9 rounds, and then we'll come back and try to knock him out.
So when Daniel started screaming at him, coming out, he was getting frustrated. And then he just walked in with his hands down, and the left hook just took him out. You know what I really liked? Your man was throwing 6-punch, sometimes 8-punch combinations.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow, what's that?
and the left hand that knocked Bruwer out wasn't a clean left hand. It wasn't clean. No, look back at the tape. It didn't land clean. It landed at the very bottom of the chin.
Yeah, it did.
And that punch that landed an inch and a half higher, he would have never got off the floor.
Yeah, the thing is, he was coming towards the punch as well, like with his hands down. That almost took his head off, man.
Yeah, it did. It was kind of brutal in the end.
It was a brutal. Yeah, I'm gonna lie, that was a brutal.
It's gonna go the distance for a minute.
Nah, yeah, I know.
I knew it wasn't going to distance. I felt that it wouldn't go to distance because he was breathing hard. He was really breathing hard. that pace was too much for him.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the frustration when he had his hands down. He was trying to goad him, and when people, and the thing is, yeah, dude, Mr. Bashir, when you see him moving, when you see Brewer moving around doing stuff that he doesn't normally do, you knew he was frustrated. He was trying to move on his feet now, and I was like, well, how long is he gonna keep that up? That's gonna make him tired himself. He was frustrated. He would go completely bedazzled by the style and that's what Ali people used to say about Ali. They used to complain about this and he moves too much. Listen, the less damage you take in this game, the longer you're gonna be around, though, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
The name of the profession. They don't say, what kind of sport you? I'm in the professional boxing.
Yeah.
We're not in the professional punching. We're in the professional boxing. We win fights on points and technique.
Yeah.
The people was enthusiastic because he made boxing into an art form other than that.
Yeah.
And that's what people watch for. People don't watch in boxers, but they want to see boxers with an art form. He brought art into the ring. He had a paintbrush and he was painting a portrait the other night.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was boxing the guy from the outside. How many clinches did you see in that fight?
Nah, yeah, you know what? I ain't see any. In fact, you know what? I was actually trying to count how many times Usyk got hit. I only counted like 3 times or 4 times in the fight probably, and they weren't hurt. And you're right, I didn't count the clinches, and I think there was none. It wasn't any clinches. I don't think there was.
No, it wasn't. It was clinch free. It was clinch free for the most part.
Oh, that's crazy, man. And you know who? Go on.
They were taking chances. It wasn't like it was 2 guys just jumping around the ring. They were taking chances.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both guys was taking chances. They engaged each other.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's why I say that they made boxing an art form. You know, you don't want to be out there just jumping around, 2 guys rolling around their fists in the air. You had 2 guys that was engaging each other trying to land punches, and that's what makes boxing exciting.
Yeah, the crowd looked like they was excited. They liked it. I liked it. I like that style of. I don't like being hit. Why would you want to get hit anyway? Like, I don't understand. Like, people complaining like standing there to get your head took off. I mean, look, Glenn and Mick.
That guy who took a beating the other night. He took a beat. He took a beating. Yeah. You know, he just took a beating. I said, wow, this guy's taking a lot of punches.
I was saying, yeah.
So I said, I said, just be patient. Just be patient. He's not going to keep taking them kind of punches. But he was getting hit hard.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he did.
He was. I was saying his head's full of cement or something like that. But he's a brilliant guy.
Tough. You can see he was thickly built, man. He was comfortable at the weight. He wasn't drained.
When he got knocked down, he got up. He wanted to continue fighting. Even the corner would complain. And I was like, they crazy, man. They gonna get that guy killed out there.
They're gonna get him killed. Yeah, they would. The guy, you see, when he hit the floor, he stayed on the floor for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over. It was the referee done the right thing, man. He went down face first.
He was. You know why he wanted to continue? Because he was embarrassed. That's why he wanted to continue. His pride.
The fighter didn't want to continue. The corner wanted to continue. The fighter was
the fight was to continue. He was complaining to the referee.
No, he was complaining because the corner was complaining. He didn't want to continue. The fighter didn't want to continue. It was the corner. The corner was making him complain. You know.
All right. Well,
the corner was a bunch of idiots. You know.
Nick Durant.
Arrogant. Arrogant South African guy had a corner.
Oh, you talking Nick? Do you talk about Nick Durant?
Nick Durant.
Yeah. You familiar with him?
Yeah, of course, man.
Yes, he was in Ruckman's corner when he knocked out Lewis.
His dad used to play football over here, and he's in loads of. He comes over to England regularly. He was over Sugar Boy Malinka's corner when Sugar Boy Malinka beat Nigel Benn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen for African guys corner.
He's always.
Well, I don't like him. I think he's he got a nasty disposition. He's not respectful. You know, he's not respectful. He thinks that he's bigger than what he is. I don't know the guy from a can of paint. Yeah. Right? I never saw the guy. Up until then, I never knew who he was, you know. I worked with Rockman. I was there with Rockman. I was there when Rockman knocked out Lennox. I did this. I did that. He's walking around with 1,000 gold chains around his neck. Like he had a Mr. T starter kit on, you know, gold rings on his hands and stuff, you know, and he's going around, everybody knows me and this now. I said, I don't know who he is, and I really don't care, because he's an arrogant, disrespectful guy. I found him to be very arrogant and very disrespectful. I can get along with anybody, just as long as you respect me. But in the rules meeting, I asked a question about the gauze and the tape, because some people in different countries use different tape. So I said, are we going to go by WBO rules? He said, well, WBO don't have the rules. I said, excuse me, sir. I said, but I was in Australia, and WBO told the fight, David Tool, you have to use a standard tape. That's WBO rule. He said, well, you're not in Australia now. You're in Ukraine. I said, yeah, but the WBO rules is universal, whatever country we're fighting in. That's what I'm pointing out to you, sir. But he was arrogant. I found him to be arrogant and disrespectful. And when I find a person like that there, I just say, you know what? Leave the person alone. Go on and do your business. Because the way he's talking is like he wanted me to bow down and kiss up to him like he's somebody. But he's nobody to me. Because I've been around this 43 years, and I've seen bozos like him, clowns like him. So I'm not impressed at all. You know, I'm not impressed by that kind of stuff. You know, but he's the kind of guy that will bring out the street in me. You know, I don't want to bring that kind of person out. That person, I keep that person on a leash down in the basement of myself. You know, I'm a different guy now. You know, so I keep, but there's still that person in me, you know, from the streets that lives in the basement of my soul. And I keep it on a leash in a cell in the basement. Every now and then that person breaks out and takes over. And when he takes over, the other guy's in trouble. That's how I feel. But Nick Durant, he got an arrogant disposition. He's arrogant and disrespectful. He thinks he's bigger than what he is. He's nothing. He's just another human being. You know? Yeah,
but you ain't gonna see him again though, because I don't think he got none of them other cruiserweights in the division. And I'm surprised.
You never know, man. It's a small world boxing, you know.
Nah, I'm surprised. I got the division in front of me. Like, there's no South African guys in the division. I'm surprised that the cruiserweight. The last South African guy was Corey Sana, so I don't think you'll be seeing him again too often. But like, man, your man put on actually, there's Tahuna over it, but he don't cope.
It's what I call a boxing clinic.
Yeah, that's what it is like. You know. I think the trainer probably knows his fight is gonna lose.
Nick Durant told the press down there, he said, "Yeah, Usyk won the gold medal, but he's not that good a boxer." I wanted to go up to him after the fight. I didn't talk to him after that. You know, after he showed so much disrespect in the rules meeting. He thinks he's I don't know what he think he is, you know. Yeah. But after he showed so much contempt and disrespect, I never bothered him again. I never said nothing else to him. But I wanted to go up to him and say, well, what do you think about his boxing skills now?
Nah,
you tell him that he's not that good a boxer. What do you think of his boxing skills now?
Nah, he probably say the fight should have continued, and he'll probably make excuses. I think he did the right thing. I think he probably knew his fight was overmatched, though, to be honest with you, know? He knew his fight was overmatched.
Yeah, that's class.
And I think Bashir, I think that's anxiety. You know what I mean? You know, some guys, they know they're gonna lose and they just want to be bad minded. So you know, look, end of the day.
Like I think that Daniel Bruwer is a nice young man. Yeah. You know, I liked, and I like. It was another guy that was with Mr. Duran. Yeah. You know, and he was a pretty cordial guy. It was just Mr. Duran. It's something about him that I don't like. Yeah, and I know it's about me that he don't like, and I really don't care. So, you know, we don't have to associate with each other anyway, you know. Yeah. But I think in life you have to be cordial and respectful of the human beings next to you. You just don't say and do things and act screwed up when you're around other human beings. You have to be considerate of human beings. I've been in this thing a long time, and most of the places I go, most of the people I come in contact with, they respect me for my ability. They respect me for the kind of human being I am. But when a person crosses that line, I say, you know what? I got to leave this person alone because this person obviously doesn't have respect for you. My mother said, if you encounter a person who doesn't respect you, son, she said, cross the street and get as far away from that person as possible. And now I understand. Because those people will make something come out of you that will cause you to get in some deep trouble, and then you say, wow, when you're in trouble, then you say, it wasn't even worth it. So I should have just, my mother said, if you see a lion coming down the street and you're on the sidewalk, she said, wouldn't it be wise for you to just cross the street? She said, because you know the nature of the lion, so why are you going to try to walk past him? You know the nature of that lion. Most likely he's going to come up to you and try to get your scent. He's going to do something to provoke you. So just cross the street and keep it moving. You know? And that's what I feel about Mr. Durant. I don't like him. I don't like him, and I don't want to come in contact with him again. You know? But I'm looking forward to putting Usyk in. He said that he wasn't that good a boxer. I think he is that good a boxer. I think he can go all the way. The fight that Lebedov just had, that fight wasn't much.
Hey, Beats, I'm getting feedback there, Beats. Yeah, whoever you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could mute, if you want. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Like you saying, what you saying about Lviv?
Lviv, the last fight he had, he knocked the guy out, and one of the Polish guy he just fought Saturday before last.
Yeah. He fought on your guy fought on a Friday. I think Lviv fought on a Saturday. Now he fought the next day.
No. Lebedov and them fought week before last. My guy fought last Saturday night, and Lebedov and them fought the Saturday night before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, man. So yeah, like he that opponent he fought ain't good. Like you reckon? I think you could. You know what? Because you got the stadium thing. Yeah, that Lviv don't sell. Like all them guys will be coming because you got the stadium. Like. You know what I'm saying? From the time you're fighting in stadiums and they can, you know, you would stadium be full out. So most of the guys are gonna make some money over there, bigger than Germany. So there's no reason why none of these fights can't happen. It's up to K and the thing, man. He could be a champion. To be honest, with you like that many.
I think that Marco Huck is opening his own company, as I've read. He's going to open his own promotional company. So most likely those fights will happen.
Yeah. That'd be good. I don't think Marco Huck would want it though, because I think if he's smart, I think the guy.
You know what happens a lot in boxing. You know, like a lot of people kept calling me and saying, "Well, you don't want to fight this kid Daniel Bruwer because he's a good, sturdy fighter." I think he's just a C+ fighter, but he's good at what he does. And I looked at the films. I said, "Yeah, this kid's pretty tough. You know, he can fight. Yeah. You know." But I think, in my mind, by looking at him before the fight, I said we need to fight guys like Daniel Bruwer, because Daniel Bruwer comes to fight.
Yeah.
He has some boxing skills, and he has some heart, because he didn't come in there to lay down.
No.
He has the competitive drive of a fighter, and I said we need to fight these kind of guys to be able to move forward and have any claim to the cruiserweight championship of the world. You got to go past guys like Daniel Bruwer, and I don't want to decrease in competition. I want to constantly get better with the competition. You know, I would like to see him fight anybody who's in that WBO Intercontinental group. You know, I'm going to take a look at that. Can you pull that WBO?
I've got it here. We got Glazwacki, Christoph Glazwacki, Victepia Morono.
Where's he from? Those guys.
I haven't got the nations of where they're from, but you know,
I got the nations.
Tony Ballou and Cleverly are 5 and 6. Gregory Drizard is at 4.
That's Intercontinental ranking?
No, this is just the WBO rankings. Oh, you want the Intercontinental, right? I don't know where they are.
I got the Ring magazine. I got the Ring magazine. I got all the names. I got the countries. I got Pablo Hernandez, #1 from Cuba. Marco Huck, Germany.
Not the WBO.
No, this is the Ring magazine. This is all of them.
Yeah, just give me the ring. Give me the ring. That's the ones we want.
Yeah, okay. So Johan Pablo Hernandez from Cuba. He's the record.
IBF.
Yeah, he's the IBF. They recognize him as the linear champion right now, right? Because he beat Cunningham, whatever. And Marco Huck is #1 after him. The WBO from Germany, and we got this other guy called, what's his name? Doja from Russia. I don't know who he is. He's ranked #2.
Yeah, he just beat the WBC champion. He just took that title.
Him. Right. Yeah, he's #2. And then Denis Lebev is #3 from Russia, and that Christoph guy is #4. Ola AFOLABI is #5. Is it Furo Arslan #6? And we got Alimbe Mokobo from the Congo. Tavise, what's his name? Teruno Machuna. He's #8.
Yeah.
And all the other guys there from Russia and Congo, but
I don't want to avoid no style, no fight. I think that Usyk can make those adjustments, you know.
Hey, what about Roy Jones' fight, man? What about Roy Jones' fight? Cause Roy Jones is in the cruiserweight division. What about that fight?
Oh man, I wouldn't want Usyk to fight Roy Jones. I wouldn't want that. You know, I don't want.
All right, that's fair there.
I don't want to see Roy. I don't want to see Roy get hurt. I like Roy.
Yeah.
And Roy, I mean, can you see Roy trying to fight with Usyk? No, no, he'd get hurt. He'd get hurt. I don't care what he does, he'd get hurt in that fight. You know? And I don't want to be the guy to send Usyk against him, but Usyk would hurt Roy. You know, he's not going to take those kind of punches. Roy is not.
The thing is, though, Mr. Bashir, if Roy gets another win, he will be in the rankings to fight a guy like yours to try and get a shot at one of the belts. So whether you or not, if business is business. If you got to fight Roy, that's what you got to do. If you got to end the myth, that's what you got to do.
I understand, but my thing is, you know, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad, because then I would try to end Roy's career with Usyk. I'd help him out. I'd send Usyk out to take him out. Roy, with all the boxing skills he got, he's not going to be able to beat no Usyk, you know. Because if he beat Usyk, we might as well go and get Usyk a job, you know. Roy is done, you know, and he needs to get out. But I guess he got a legitimacy to be there. Roy would probably say, well, I'm not done, you know. And who am I to say that he's done? He's a great former champion. So he's going to be like most of the guys, Ray Robinson, Ali, Liston, all those guys. They hung around until some young guy come along and knocked them out of there. So if that's what Roy wants, then most likely that's what he's going to get. I'd send my guy out to knock him out, though. You know, I wouldn't even let him try to go 5 rounds with Usyk. You know, I think that the cruiserweight division is a sleeper division. I think there's some great fights to be made there in the cruiserweight division. But the one fight that stands out in my mind that I would really, really like to see, I'd really like to see OLA AFOLABI and Usyk fight.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to. Or Guillermo Jones, as long as he isn't on them directs. I think them fights are really good fights.
Chemistry, man. Chemistry, styles. Usyk versus OLA AFOLABI is a great matchup. You know,
yeah.
Ola was rugged.
Quite well, because he was in the camp with you guys. He was a sparring partner for Vlad and Vitaly.
I told you, I worked with Ola quite a few times. I worked with him. I trained him in the camp. I was training him in the camp. And I know he's a rugged, tough guy. He's a rugged, tough guy. He's really rugged. He's really tough. He can take a punch, and he can punch himself, you know. And I would like to match Usyk up with OLA AFOLABI. I would like to see that fight. As a fan and as a trainer, I'd like to see that fight. Because if we can beat a guy like OLA AFOLABI, I'm certain, I would be more certain and more confident going into a world title fight, you know. If we could beat a guy like OLA AFOLABI, I would be much more comfortable going into a world title fight.
I agree, man. I agree.
To me, though, like, AFOLABI's someone you fight when you got the title, man. But then again, you guys ain't looking to take the safe way around, but, you know what I mean? You guys are looking to do it the old school way.
No, I want my guy prepared for the best fighters in the world, you know? Again, I'm not his manager and I'm not the promoter, but if I have any input, and I would suggest that they ask me about it, I wouldn't steer away from those guys. In fact, I would set a course straight for OLA AFOLABI right now. In the 6th fight, I would set a course to send him right to OLA AFOLABI right now. That's the kind of fight I would like to have right now, OLA AFOLABI. Because it's a fight, to me, that makes more sense than taking a bunch of in-between fights that could be tough fights. You know? I said we can set a course for OLA AFOLABI right now, as opposed to fighting 3 or 4 unknown guys that could be rough, tough fights, and nobody knows them.
Yeah, and you know what? So you don't have any input. You don't have no input in the decision making of who he fights, right?
Yeah, my suggestion is that the promoters, everybody, I think that that's another thing that fouls up the sport of boxing, because nobody checks with the trainers. The trainers know the fighter best, what he's capable of doing, what he's not capable of doing, what his pluses and minuses are. Nobody, I mean, it's like, oh, we'll just go ahead and make the fight, and then you deal with getting the guy ready. And he may not be ready, or he may just be ready, and they might be avoiding the fight. It's best for everybody out there in listening land. If you're a manager, if you're aspiring managers, I think that is best. I think it's educational, if you will, to contact and communicate with your trainers and get their spin on it. Even if you don't listen to them, at least get their spin on it and say, well, I talked to my trainer doesn't feel that he's ready right now, or my trainer feels that he is ready. You understand? It's best to consult the trainers, the people that's with these guys day in and day out, and they can tell you what the fighter is capable of doing and what he's not capable of doing. So, you know, for all those people out there who are listening, you know, get in touch with your trainers, because those are the key factors. Those are the guys that's with the people, the fighters more. They know the fighter outside of the guy's family. They know the fighter better than anybody. They know what he can do. They know what he can't do. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna edit this thing. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna contact OLA AFOLABI, and we gonna get this popping, right? We gonna get it popping.
Yeah, man, look, I would love that fight. OLA AFOLABI is a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a fighter. You know, he's a hell of a fighter, and he's tough. Yeah. And he can crack. Yeah. And he can take a punch. Yeah. And he's not back. OLA AFOLABI is not going to back down from nobody. I know him good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that fight. I'm really excited about that fight.
I'm salivating about the fight.
Yeah, that's good, because you know he's gonna bring it. And so and they're gonna listen. This is what you, like you said. The two of them they're gonna put on a great fight for the people watching, and you know, it should be a good fight. I think that's what it's at, man.
That's a great fight.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think that's what he needs, man. That's what he needs. That's the right level for him right now, for where you see him. Because I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah, I love that fight, because Ola is a rugged, tough guy. Yeah. If I can beat OLA AFOLABI, Oleksandr Usyk, if I can beat OLA AFOLABI going into any fight thereafter, I'd say, yeah, let's go. I'd have all the confidence in the fighter in the world. I have confidence in him now, but my confidence would be like as tall as the Empire State Building off a win over OLA AFOLABI. You know,
yeah, there's nothing to fear of me.
And trust me, that's not a shoe-in that we could win that fight.
No.
But it's a risk that I'm willing to take. It's a risk that I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
On paper, that's a 50-50 fight. I mean, like, that guy, he's been in 3 close fights with Hook. You know,
Arby's a seasoned guy.
On paper, it's a fit. Like, you know, that's a really tough. That's a great matchup. Yeah, it's a great matchup for the boxing fan. That's pure gold. That's a gold. I mean, that's a great fight.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bashir. Right? Yeah, man. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I've got something, but hey, thanks for this post-fight interview for Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Bruwer. And when are you next? You said you got back out in December, so we try and keep you up before then, though, right?
We're gonna do another fight. We're gonna do another fight. I was informed by the promoter. Yeah, they're looking to match him up in December 13th or December 20th. So I'll return to the Ukraine after I leave out of Germany. I'll be in Hamburg, Germany, with Vladimir Klitschko to fight.
Not Povetkin. Pulev, fighting Pulev, yeah?
Yeah, Kubrat Pulev thereafter, and then I'll return to Ukraine to start the training camp for Oleksandr Usyk. And again, you know, I'd like to compete with the top guys there in the cruiserweight division. So don't be shy. You know, we're there. We're the international champion now, and we're not going to shy away from it. Yeah, every fighter's career. And I'll say this and I'll let you go. Every fighter's career has its nemesis. So, you know, and Usyk's career is probably no exception to the rule. But what I am saying that this kid is anxious to learn. This kid makes me anxious to teach, you know? And when you got guys out there such as OLA AFOLABI, a notable guy, this is a guy that I have great respect for, and his ability and his toughness, you know, and his desire. I got a lot of respect for him. But that's a fight that I wouldn't shy away from. I'd go with that fight. I'd rather than fight, like I said, 3 or 4 guys that's unknown that can cause problems. I'd rather fight a guy that's known that can cause problems.
Yeah.
And Ola's that guy, you know?
Yeah. We you know what? We try to hit you up before maybe the post fight of the Klitschko, or maybe the pre-fight before that round time. So we'll probably hit you up soon. But just before the Klitschko fight, because I know you're gonna be in there.
Reach out. You got my numbers and stuff. You got my addresses and stuff. So reach out for me. I'll be right here.
All right, man. Thanks for the show. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk soon.
You guys have a good day.
You too, man.
You too.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.